behind the highest murder.
Yes.
That is the most bad faith claim you could possibly make.
It's a fact from the CDC
and you know
data.
what? You're just lying.
So Mehdi talks about being prepared, not having sources, but just being prepared. He mentioned having, in the Q&A he did about the Jubilee, like the night before, cramming a bunch of information and stuff like that, right? And so what you see there in that previous clip is individuals, you know, who are, and that person made another claim later where they were like, they're calling and accusing Mehdi of just lying and saying that that's not true, blah, 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 blah. And then makes their own claims with no basis and no sources at all whatsoever. And so Mehdi, I think, just really, really does a good job there of being like, no, you're not listening. You're not paying attention. You don't know what you're talking about. This is a genuine fact, and you can't be denying those. And so I'm gonna play another clip from there where he does the same sort of like type of thing where he's not interrupting. He's trying to stop the conversation and be like, you aren't listening to what I'm saying. You aren't hearing the facts. You are making up shit in your head and just going off of God only knows what, truly.
Okay, so support free speech so that I can get one election. After one election, my guy comes in, and after my guy comes in, nobody gets to speak or vote again.
We all listen to your
Why would I
conversation.
debate that?
We listen to your conversation. Let's
I'm
bring it
reminding you
back
what
to
it was
this
said
topic.
because you just
Let's bring it back to the
misrepresented.
Constitution.
Please do. First, Fourth, Fifth, 14th Amendments. Those are the ones I'm saying Trump is defying. Do you support that or do you deny them?
I believe that the Constitution is valuable because it represents particular who are.
I'm not sure where you're going with this argument.
Hold on. I'll show you.
Is Trump defying the Constitution? That's my claim. You can have these weird hypotheticals.
We're taking it into it. Bring it back.
I want to bring it back to the First, the Fourth, the Fifth, and the 14th Amendments and the 22nd Amendments.
Either you say hold
on. You got two very good positions here. One is to say I don't think he's defying them, and I'll say why you're wrong. Or you say I don't care that he's defying them, as one of your colleagues said. In which case, I don't know where this conversation goes because you don't believe in democracy.
Let's take your example of the Second Amendment. Let's say that a bunch of
judges... I didn't give the Second Amendment. No, hold on. Fourth, you don't want to talk about the ones I've given.
You're interrupting me. You're
ignoring me. First, Fourth, Fifth, 14th, 22nd.
So there's some really good moments in there, but just the ending part in particular where he's like, you're interrupting me. And Mehdi's like, no, you aren't listening. You're not listening to the things being stated. You just said, oh, let's use my example of the Second Amendment. I did not give that as an example. Again, you're just making things up in your head, and you don't really seem to be aware of what it is that you're talking about. And as well, like in the beginning parts, like he's stating those facts. He's calling out his argument. He's saying, look, he lays out the argument for the opponent. He's like, here's your choices to how to respond. And you know, there's always a secret third option, but and I guess that would be just flat out ignoring the what it is that's being said, right? And so get in the comments. Let me know what you think.